You are listening to WMHW HD1 and HD2 Mount Pleasant, Mountain 91.5, a service of Central Michigan University's School of Broadcast and Cinematic Arts. Hello, folks, and welcome in to Episode 4 of Card Guys, a show about sports and sports cards here on 91.5 The Mountain, wherever you get your podcasts, and YouTube. I'm your host, Anthony Schulte, joined today by my co-host, Ryan Donnelly. Ryan, the NBA preseason starts tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, sir. We hope your Wednesday is going well. Unfortunately, no guest this episode. But tomorrow noon in Abu Dhabi, we got the Mavericks and the Timberwolves. Luka going to be playing in alongside Kyrie Irving, playing their first full season together. Although last season it didn't really work out, and
did not end well.
It did not end well. New season, new goals. We hope that the Mavericks do well this year, along with the Timberwolves. You know, you got Gobert, you got Cat, Anthony Edwards, Conley, Josh McDaniels, and all these guys. Very young and hungry team that made the 8th seed last year when their expectations were supposed to be skyrocketed. This is going to be a fun game, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and with that game tomorrow also comes more preseason games until the NBA tips off October 24th. The Pistons open up their preseason Sunday at 3 p.m. from Little Caesars Arena as they welcome in the Phoenix Suns. As we all know, the Pistons' new head coach is the former Suns head coach. Ryan, what are you looking for in this game one of the preseason for Detroit?
I'm looking to see how the system fits after a week of training camp with Monty Williams, that .5 offense that we talked about constantly in this show and Count That Baby in a Foul episodes Friday. But we get to see the new look Pistons, the brand new Pistons, the BNP, as I like to call them. This is going to be fun. We're going to see how Cade, Ivy, Dern, Boyan, Asor, how they work under Monty Williams. And first game in Monty Williams' Pistons career is against his old team, so that's going to be fun. Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Booker, and all these guys coming into Detroit, playing their first game as a team as a whole. Let's see how they're going to do. I can't wait to watch. 3 p.m. on probably Bally Sports Detroit.
It will be on Bally Sports Detroit. It is also during the Lions game, so when the Lions are blowing out the Panthers, you could turn on the Detroit Pistons. They'll be hooping it up. And one thing I'm looking for is just Cade. Mm-hmm. How's Cade going to play? We saw him in Vegas. We saw him at the Rico Hines runs. And I just want to see how he plays. I think that's the main thing for Detroit this year. The main thing for Detroit, as I've been harping on this entire past couple weeks, Cade Cunningham is going to define your season. If he's healthy all season, 35-plus wins. If he's injured for any significant amount of time, that's going to be a big problem for Detroit.
Yeah, Cade said in his presser this past week that he feels 100%, so that's just really good to hear. If you've seen the runs that he's done with Team USA, he looks fantastic.
Yep.
Like you said, 35 wins is the expectation with a healthy Pistons squad. A play-in is their ceiling, but their floor is just lottery. That's what I think with this Pistons team this year. Yeah, that's what I think.
I think doubling 17 wins into 34, 35 wins, I think that's a positive season, regardless of if the Pistons make the play-in or not. I think the play-in should be their goal. But one thing I'm also looking forward is just how Ausar Thompson fits in. Is he going to start? Is he going to come off the bench? Are we going to see Boyan and Stewart start? I think we should see Ausar Thompson start, and I think we should see Sasser get some good minutes. But Ausar Thompson, I'm really looking for how he meshes in and just how his game translates from Summer League to actual NBA play.
Ausar Thompson has always been that good defense guy, that stretch wing that you've seen. He goes to block shots, he goes for those steals, but not really a good offensive playmaker. Yes, he's good with the rim, but he can't shoot. That's his only thing. Can't wait to see what he does under Monty Williams. He can fix guys like Devin Booker. He turned Devin Booker into an elite NBA player.
If he wasn't already.
As he was already an elite, he made him even more elite because he gave him just give the ball to the guy who you think is going to score the most points. And I feel like Ausar is going to be that good. He's a good guy that can drive into the paint, give you a dunk, give you a layup, but he can't shoot. That's his only thing. In Summer League, he showed off that 3-ball sometimes, but it's going to be fun to see what Asar Thompson's going to be doing with the 3-ball. Will he start in training camp? Will he start in preseason? I think he will. Once regular season starts, once they utilize these stars more, I feel like he's going to be coming off the bench for the first half of the year. And then second half, depends on how he does off the bench. I just feel like he's going to be that guy. He's going to be the starter.
So you brought up Cade's presser, say he was 100%. Media day went down on Monday right after our show, literally right after our show ended. And was it encouraging? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That got me so hyped for the season. This is from Amari St. Cole II on Twitter, or X now, excuse me. He said, I asked Jalen Duren if he'll have the freedom to shoot. And Duren said, quote, Coach Monty just stressed he wants us to be ourselves while being disciplined and doing the right things. There's no handcuffs on nobody. I just try to make the right plays. If I have it, I'll take it. If not, then I won't. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that because it gives guys the freedom to grow their game and play the game they want to. Duren wants to shoot, he'll shoot the ball. If he's open, of course. If you want to see somebody like Asar Thompson shoot the ball, if he's open, shoot the ball. The only way you'll develop in an NBA setting is getting those reps. You might not shoot a good percentage, but who cares about stats? It's all about who you turn into. So I'm really happy with that quote from Duren. It really just tells me how Coach Monty's not limiting this young team. He's just giving them opportunities, and that's exactly what you need.
Yeah. Monty Williams is the player's coach. He gave those people opportunities in New Orleans. He gave those people opportunities in Toronto. He gave those people opportunities in Phoenix. Now it's time to see what he can do with this young core, top 3 young core in the NBA behind like Cleveland and, I don't know, Oklahoma City. It's going to be interesting how Monty Williams is going to develop this team. Like I said a couple weeks ago, that when during his introductory presser, everybody but Bojan Bogdanovic was there because he was probably dealing with family issues or he was just in Italy for FIBA, but all the players were there to support him. Mm-hmm. He is the player's coach. He is the ideal coach that you want in the NBA. He's young. He has NBA experience. He's led some teams to like success. This guy is the real deal, and I really, really love Monty Williams.
So Omari spoke with Cade, and he asked Cade why his confidence in his defense will improve. Cade said that he's confident that his defense will improve this season, and he said confident the defense, will improve his defense plus the rest of the team. He said, quote, just our togetherness on and off the floor. Having a connected group is important where we can hold someone accountable and call up someone who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I love how this team is a family. Sasser said when he walked in, Marcus Sasser said when he walked in, all he felt was family. And the roster turnover from last season, we didn't lose much. There are no more Hamidou Diallo, no more Rodney McGriddles, and no more Corey Joseph. They're all gone.
Wait, where'd Diallo go?
Diallo's still a free agent.
Oh.
He hasn't signed anywhere yet.
I thought he was on the Pistons for one more year.
No. But we see a bunch of players staying here. Players like Cade, Ivy, Duren, Stewart, Bogdanovich, Wiseman, Bagley, Burks, Livers. And then you see some newcomers coming in, like Joe Harris, like Sasser, like Asar Thompson, like Monte Morris. You don't see many new faces. You see a couple new faces, but you see a lot of the same roster. And I think that's very important for a young team, is keeping the same group together. The same group has been together since last season, basically, with the addition of a few veterans that have fit in seamlessly. I'm really excited for how this team plays just in a together aspect.
Yes.
Because as Cade said, their togetherness on and off the floor and having a connected group, I'm not surprised because they've been together since last season. They've been through the ups and the downs of a 17-win season. They've had those wins where it's like, oh my goodness, we finally won. And they've had those losses like, dang, that was tough. We just lost by 30. So they've had all that time together. They've had a whole offseason together. You see these guys together all the time. On the Paris trip, they were all together the entire time. And that's just something you love to see out of a young group, is being able to grow together, because young groups that can grow together and get better together, those are the teams that you want to watch out for in 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. Something that also Monty Williams, you said that he's trying to pursue is discipline. And especially with this young team, you don't really expect a lot of discipline, but when you have good leadership that can value discipline, is that this team can still be a family, but also put their heads down to work. That's the Detroit mantra is put your head down and just work. Don't complain, work. I don't really like complainers, and I'm a Detroiter, so I don't really like people that just complain, but he wants the Detroit way, which is just put your head down, work, just be disciplined. When I tell you to get on that line to run suicides or just run full court sprints, put your head down and do it. That's what I love about Monty Williams, and I'm just excited. I can talk my mouth off about Monty Williams, but before we move on, I want to just give a quote from Troy Weaver from Media Day, which is, "I like what Boston, Milwaukee, and the rest of those teams do. There's more fuel to what we're trying to do. Realistic goal for our team is to play 82 meaningful games. Meaningful games. If your goal is to not tank, or if your goal is to tank but still show promise, play a meaningful game." Troy Weaver and Monty Williams' goal is to play those meaningful games. I don't think that was Casey's goal. Casey's goal was to just play basketball. You want to play those meaningful games so you can show your fans that, hey, we have a future, we have promise. Last year, you ended off really bad. You won 1 out of your last 20 games. That's sad. You had I think it was the worst season in organization history, 17 wins. That's not good. You have a guy that can change the culture of the Pistons and can get teams to 30, 35 wins. He'll be in contention for Coach of the Year again. I won't be surprised if he wins because, he's an incredible coach. But play those meaningful games. Be disciplined. Put your head down and work. You are from Detroit. You live in Detroit. You work.
You put your head down and you grind.
You have fun while working. Yep. That's just the Detroit way, and Monty Williams is the perfect coach to embrace that mantra.
And when you talk about playing those meaningful games, I think that's one of the very few ways you can actually grow as a player, other than just, making your skill set better, making your mentality better, making your mindset better. Playing those meaningful games, that's the ultimate teacher in the NBA. Because if you're going into the playoffs for the first time, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle because you don't know that intensity. You don't know how that atmosphere is. Once you get a couple playoff games under your belt, it's oh, we just got the playoffs. It's not, oh my goodness, our first playoff game. So I think those meaningful games, not only at the end of the season, but in the postseason, that's what the ultimate teacher is. Being able to play those, games in the final 5 to 10 games of the season, being able to play those games and be like, you know what, we're fighting for something right now. That's one of the ultimate teachers. But as the NBA season approaches, so does the 2023-24 cycle of NBA cards. And now I know we haven't talked a lot about cards yet, but it's also the dead season when it comes to cards for NBA. NFL's kind of gotten going already, and baseball is on the tail end of its cycle with the playoffs approaching. But we do have news, not much news, but we do have news on the 2023-24 NBA Hoops set. The Hobby Box just got released to Panini as a coming soon, and they have a little description here, and I'll read it off, and we'll discuss a little bit about what we're expecting for this set. So you can collect all the unique hobby exclusive inserts. That's from the hobby only. This showcase NBA stars old and new with tons of variety. You could also chase after new inserts such as Attack the Rack, Presentations, Extreme Team, Sheesh, and Ignition. All of those look beautiful, by the way. You can find pictures of the cards on Panini's website. When you go to the basketball tab and scroll all the way down, it'll be under the coming soon little flag on the NBA Hoops. And then you can also search for hobby-exclusive base parallels, including red backs, purple, silver out of 199, green out of 99, gravity out of 75, artist proof out of 25, artist proof gold out of 10, and the 1-of-1 artist proof black. So there are 1-of-1s in hoops. You can also chase after autographs, some of the top rookies, Hoops Art signatures, which can only be found in hobby boxes. Now, this is a lot of information on hobby. I assume a lot of our listeners are more of a blaster box / hanger pack / single pack type rippers. But if you do enjoy the hobby, there's a lot to look out for in this. And it's also the start of a new set that cover athletes, Oster and Amin Thompson, the Thompson twins.
Ooh, that's good marketing.
That's good. That's good for our Piston. That's Cade Cunningham was on it for NBA Hoops. I'm pretty sure he was on it for NBA Hoops. His rookie year, he was. And then Jaden Ivey was on a couple covers this past year, and now Oster Thompson. So a lot of good rookies for the Pistons in that regard. But Ryan, what are you looking forward to? Maybe not only in NBA Hoops, but just in general with the 2023-24 card circulation, starting up with Hoops.
These cards look clean. I'm looking at pictures of these. The rookie cards look different. They're not just like a rookie with like a background and it's just their name. It's like the background is different, the color is different, the font is different. That's what I love about these. The rookie ink, I have a picture pull up of Oster Thompson, the autograph. That looks clean, and it's not just a basic rookie picture and in the background and then it's just his autograph. It's just a different pose, a background, a colorful background. Gives me the Valley vibes with the Suns, like old City Edition uniforms, and then their autograph. I think all these look very clean.
The one thing that I've noticed that Panini has looked at, and it's a main complaint, and with Panini, you don't really see community opinion, and you don't see that really addressed. But the one thing about NBA Hoops that people really didn't like is that it was the black backgrounds on the rookie cards. It really took away value. And I'm looking at this Bayal Coulibaly rookie card that they have on the website here, and it still looks like a photo shoot photo, but at least there's a crowd behind them. At least there's a crowd behind them, and I at least appreciate the effort, because it's hard to produce a product when the players haven't played yet. And get those designs out when the players haven't played in NBA games yet, other than Summer League. In their main uniforms, they could use Summer League photos, but they don't look as good in the Summer League uniforms. So I'm just happy that they addressed that. It's not black anymore as the background. It's not that curtain. It's an actual crowd, which we could all tell it's photoshopped, but the effort there, nonetheless, I'm impressed, because Panini never really shows that effort when it comes to these type of products. But you know what I'm excited for this year, Ryan?
I was going to say the comic cards, because those comic cards are sweet. I have a picture of Luca as like an illustration. Those are my favorites.
Those cards I'm looking forward to, but a set I'm looking forward to is Select. I'm really excited to see what they do with Select. Now, I don't like their blasters personally, because only 24 cards in a blaster is a bit iffy, but I do love Select. It's one of the most sought after collections and products out there for NBA, and I'm interested to see what the design is going to be this year. Select kind of changes up their design every single year. I'm interested to see what the design is going to be, and if Prism's going to be nicer to me, because every single time I've ripped Prism, it has not treated me well.
About a $40, I got some cards once, and not good, man. Not good.
Yeah, Prism's never nice to me personally, but I definitely do enjoy the Prism product when I could just buy singles. But when I'm buying a box, I'm not looking for Prism. I'm looking for like a Contenders. I'm looking for a Chronicles. I'm looking for Select, something nice like that. But with that news out of the way, we have NFL Week 5 approaching us. Tomorrow night, the Bears travel to Washington to take command of the Commanders. Do you see what I did there?
Yes.
Take command of the Commanders.
That was smart.
Now, the Bears still haven't won a game this season, but it can all change tomorrow. Now, we are going to go through the entire schedule, and we are going to make our picks. Ryan, let's start off with tomorrow night. Bears, Commanders. 89% of the population of NFL fans on ESPN say the Commanders are the pick. Ryan, what are you?
I agree with the fans. You know, the Commanders, they look average. They've always been average. The Bears, really bad coaching staff. If they utilize Justin Fields right, I can see him getting this game really close. But come on, Commanders. It's not even close.
Yeah, I'm going Commanders as well. We're going to see Sam Howell continue to play. He played well last week, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then we have another London game for the Jaguars of Jacksonville as they take on the Buffalo Bills. Bills 3-1, Jacksonville 2-2, and 95% of the people say the Bills will take this one home, Ryan.
For good reason. They beat the Dolphins last week, who I thought was the most complete team, but they proved me wrong. Jags, Trevor Lawrence doesn't have accuracy anymore, which stinks, but I got to go with the Bills. If this was like last year, I'd say the Jags maybe, but the Bills are just the overall better team.
Yeah, I'm going Bills as well. I mean, that's a simple pick. The Bills are rolling right now, especially after that 48-20 win against the Dolphins. Next, the Houston Texans will play the Falcons. This starts our 1 o'clock slate. Texans, Falcons. I'm going Texans. Ryan, who do you got?
You said Texans-Falcons?
Texans, Falcons.
I'm going to go with the Texans here.
Mm-hmm.
C.J. Stroud looks like he's played in the league for 7 years.
He's going to be vying for that offensive rookie of the year?
I think he might be. Nico Collins, please. I started you this week in fantasy. You better put up more than 4. I'll be ecstatic if you do.
All right, we have our next matchup between the Carolina Panthers heading into an already sold-out Ford Field to take on the new Detroit Lions. 98% of the people picked the Leos. Ryan.
Is this even a question? They are going to kill them. Like last year, the Panthers beat them, and that basically kicked them out of the playoffs.
And I think they're going to come into this game with a vengeance.
And they're going to go into this game hungry. They are going to destroy them. I think they're going to put up 40. It's not even going to be close. They're going to put up 40.
So the Lions, I'm going Lions. I mean, obviously, let's go Lions. That'll be a fun game to watch until the Pistons are on. Then the Pistons, I'll enjoy a good old Pistons game. Hopefully we can win that. But
I think we will.
Now this is an interesting one. Titans versus Colts. Mm-hmm. Both of them are 2-2. It's about even on the public spreadsheet here.
I picked the Colts to win. Anthony Richardson has been, when he's healthy, he is a beast. This offense is great. The defense has improved. I picked the Colts, but I won't be surprised if the Titans win. They're both on the same level when it comes to just NFL teams.
Well, this is the first time we're disagreeing today because I'm going Titans.
Oh.
Mainly because I want Derrick Henry to do well, but I also think, the Titans coming off last week, they're just going to continue their momentum from last week, and they're going to take the win. Next up on our 1 o'clock slate, the Giants head into Hard Rock to take on the Miami Dolphins. I think this is on. Go Dolphins.
Dolphins, come on.
I have the Dolphins defense in fantasy. I need them to put up numbers.
Danny Dimes, more like Danny dropped spare change on the floor. He got sacked 11 times on Monday. 11! That O-line was garbage. Evan Neal pushed his own player on during a play, and that led him to get sacked. Devon Witherspoon is crazy good, but yeah, the Giants are terrible. I don't know what's happening. They were so good last year. Dable, I thought, would take this team to new heights. They got better, but they're terrible. Go Dolphins.
All right, next game we got Saints and Patriots. I'm going against the crowd here. 32% say Patriots. I'm going Patriots at home. I think they're going to have a Detroit Lions type game where they come back after being embarrassed, the worst loss in the Bill Belichick era, and they come out hungry and they steal a win from the Saints. Ryan, what about you?
I'm going to go with the crowd with this one. I'm going to go with the Saints. Derek Carr. I don't know. I really like the Saints team when healthy. I'm going to go with the Saints. I'm going to agree with the crowd. They're going to upset the Patriots at home.
All right, next game we got Ravens at Steelers. I'm going Ravens. I'm just getting that one out of the way. Ravens. All right, we got not much to explain there. Ravens on the road. Eagles and Rams. Now, I think this could be a very, very close game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Week 5 Ryan Donnelly upset of the week. I'm going to go with the LA Rams.
Wow.
Puka Nacua is incredible.
Puka!
I love Tutu Atwell. Cooper Kupp.
Let Stafford cook.
Stafford is going to cook. This defense has looked
I mean, you got Aaron Donald. You're at least going to be
Yeah, you're going to be You have Aaron Donald and no one else. I'm going to go with the Rams. 12% of the people picked them. This game will be close. However, I do think game-winning field goal, Puka Nacua is crazy. I love Tutu Atwell. I love this new receiver room from the Rams. Van Jefferson is going to do well. I hope Cooper Kupp comes back this week. Let's go Rams. I love Stafford, the Detroit Rams.
Now, I love you, Donnelly. I love you.
Okay.
But I'm going with the Eagles.
That's fair.
I mean, they're undefeated for a reason. They had a little bit of a scare last week against the Commanders, but I'm going Eagles. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. And also, I have Swift starting. So, go Swift. Next game, it's Bengals, it's Cardinals. A little bit of a bottom-of-the-barrel matchup here so far with 2 1-3 teams. Now, crowd says Bengals at 65%, but I'm putting in my Anthony Schulte upset of the week.
Wow.
Let's go Cards. At home, Joe Burrow doesn't figure it out, and the Cardinals and Joshua Dobbs, who's having a season so far, an underrated season, I think they pull off the upset. Ryan?
I just traded Josh Dobbs, shout out Colin Vance, to his team for Baker Mayfield because
I had Mayfield on my bench. That was a smart move.
I love Mayfield. He's turning some heads this year, but I am gonna go with the Bengals. I think they are the best 1-3 team in the NFL. They've looked shaky. Burrow has.
I mean, they don't have T.
They don't have T, which stinks. But
I think he's questionable right now. But questionable in the NFL.
I think the Bengals are still going to pull off. 65% of the world says the Bengals are going to win, and I agree with them.
All right, now we have Jets-Broncos, a hampered Broncos defense. I'm going Jets. Go Garrett Wilson. He's projected 17 points in fantasy.
That's absurd.
So, I'm going Jets.
This Jets offense sucks with Zach Wilson. However, the Broncos are just garbage. My rule is you never bring back a retired coach. They brought back Sean Payton, hasn't done anything. I'm going to go with the Jets. Safe bet, and their defense is elite.
All right, next matchup we got Kansas City at Minnesota. Taylor Swift, round 3, and I think the Chiefs take it.
Will Taylor Swift survive the cold front in Minnesota? I say no. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. All right. Next game, we have our Sunday night football game. Carrie Underwood's bringing us into this one. It's Cowboys. It's Niners. Probably the game of the week. Ryan.
This is game of the week. You got two very solid, well-rounded teams, two coaching juggernauts. However, as I mentioned, the Cowboys are my second favorite team. I don't think they're going to win. You got the the Niners at home at Levi's in Santa Clara, California. Give me the Niners. And I hate to admit, I hate the Niners. Just give me the Niners.
I like the Niners. I'm going Niners. I like their team. I think they have the most put-together team in football. But finally, our Monday night football game.
This is our Monday night football game. This
Packers
is
Raiders.
Sad. Jordan Love had a bad week last week. However, I think he'll have a bounce-back week in Vegas. I'm going to go with the Packers, as I hate to admit it, I just picked my two least favorite teams in the NFL.
The Raiders. That's who I'm going with, baby.
Las
Vegas.
I will not argue.
I just think the Packers. No, I don't. No, I'm not picking the Packers. All right, now we are going to add this into it. How many total points will be scored in Packers versus Raiders?
Like combined?
Yeah,
25.
25. You know what? I'm going 28. 28 total points.
29. I'm just kidding.
28 total points is what I'm going with for that. My picks are submitted.
My picks are also submitted. Let's see who's going to win the week. Who won last week? Do you know?
No, because we didn't use ESPN Pick'em.
Okay, I just used ESPN Pick'em.
Yep,
okay.
we're starting to use ESPN Pick'em, so we'll be able to track that for y'all. But we have a short show today, a little bit of a short show. That's all we have for today's show. Thank you for tuning in to episode number 4 of Card Guys on 91.5, The Mountain, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. Join us Monday. We'll have some guests on Monday when we discuss NFL Week 5, the Detroit Lions, and a little bit of MLB postseason. Remember Friday to tune in to Count That Baby and a Foul, a Pistons podcast, where we go more over the Media Day festivities, a little bit more of an inside look at Sunday, and just some more Pistons talk. Also a reminder, 2:20 this afternoon Eastern Time, there is going to be the emergency alert system test on everybody's phones, computers, TVs.
I forgot about that. Silence your phone. Actually,
it might be up to 30 minutes. That's the rumor around town, but just be prepared for that. Whether you're in classes, at work, in the car, don't be startled. 2:20, everybody gets it unless your phone is shut off. So if you need to shut off any phone you have, please shut off your phone and stay safe.
Don't turn off the ringer. Just turn it off completely.
Just turn off your phone completely at probably 2:18, just to be safe. But for my buddy Ryan Donnelly, I'm Anthony Schulte saying so long, everybody.
I love you, Mom.